I'm gonna seed this yard in Bermuda today, and I'll take you along with me, and we'll check out the steps. So, well, I hate these headphones. All right, so stay tuned for all the action. Do is run through with some glyphosate and find any weeds he's got. He's got a little bit of crabgrass in there, and there's still a couple little spots of that damn ryegrass holding on. I had sprayed the ryegrass out with Celsius, Monument rather, pretty successful burn down on that, and there's a couple tiny little Bermuda patches in it, tiny. The backs up to a golf course, and there's actually more coming into the backyard, probably from the golf course mainly. But this is brand new construction, so this will be the first real yard he's had put on it. I put ryegrass on it over the winter to hold him over and have him something to be cool with there. His neighbor's sodded, you can see that. This thing's blowing out. All right, let me get to work glyphosating the weeds. Got my thatch rake for the walker set. I'm just gonna scar all this up. I'm not gonna have it on or anything vacuuming, but I'm gonna scratch up the surface pretty good here and start with that. Scratch it up. Scarred it up pretty good with the tine rake. Now we're gonna do our seed in it, and I went back and forth on whether I was gonna use Monaco or another blend that Southern Seeds has. We'll talk about that one a little bit and why I chose it. Dun, 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 dun. This one is a blend of two different Bermuda grasses, Transcontinental and Sunbird. Transcontinental is an improved variety. I'm not real familiar with Sunbird. Transcontinental is an improved variety. It's good for sports turf. It's always a top in-tip performer, so I don't see where I go wrong dealing with that. The guys at Southern Seed said I could use this or Monaco if it was going to be mowed once a week, and I'm mowing it, so yeah, it's gonna at a maximum it's gonna get mowed once a week. So not going to be low mowing it or anything, so this type of grass is probably a little better suited than the Monaco for it. Bermudagrass seed. This is coated with a water retention piece. Is ultra tiny. So to spread it out of the permagreen, I'm going to mix it with some Carbon Earth 818, which is also pretty small but a little bigger than the Bermudagrass. But if I just stuck this in the permagreen on its own, I'd have a hard time getting it out evenly. So I'm gonna cut it. Let's step on it. We'll get the egg start on it. Egg start's a great starter. It's got the biochar, the co-composted chicken manure, monoammonium phosphate, fulvic acid, peptide power. The seed will not be able to resist the power of X-Star. Woo! We've gone through, we've sprayed the, we had a couple crabgrass plants and some other things in there. Sprayed those with glyphosate, scratched it all up with the dethatcher on the walker. Mixed our seed with the Carbon Earth 818, the transcontinental Bermuda seed, and spread that out, spread X start. Now I'm going to kind of sort of top dress it with the permagreen. If this works, it was totally my idea. If it doesn't work, it was Jay Wyrick's idea. So I'm going to put peat moss in the permagreen, see if I can get it to come out. This ought to be good. The idea behind this is it's going to kind of help. Seed has a coating on it, but hopefully this will help keep it moist even more. This looks pretty broke up. I think this is going to happen. Moment of truth. Set this here at WTFO. It don't work. That was Jay's idea. I spread this stuff out by hand. I spread my peat moss out by hand. That was fun. And I've got the PPC Seed Buster 5000 set up on a timer for him out there. So we should have some Bermudagrass here in a month or so. It takes a long time to germinate Bermuda. I'll show you the PPC Seed Buster 5000s up close. There you go. PPC Total Turf Labs Seed Buster 5000s. There we go. Get over here in the shade a little bit and talk about what we just did. Seeding warm season grass is always kind of challenging because anytime you want a seed to germinate, you got to keep it moist, and when you seed warm season grass, it's always in the hottest, driest time of year, just because that's the kind of temperatures it wants to germinate. So, and it takes a long time to germinate. I mean, you're looking at, you know, almost a month to get a lot of this stuff to germinate. Most people lose patience with a watering schedule that it takes to keep seed moist in these kind of weather conditions. So what I did was I set a timer up there on the Seed Buster, PPC Total Turf Lab Seed Buster 5000 sprinkler heads, custom made. I got a video on how to make those too. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I got a timer set up with frequent watering, with a frequent watering schedule to hopefully keep that stuff moist. And if it'll rain on it too, that's what it really needs. You can fake water them to death, but it just doesn't make up for the rain. I looked up the Sunbird, and the Sunbird falls into the same classification as the Transcontinental. They're both I guess what you would call premium Bermuda seeds, and then I would call the next step up like a super premium, like a Princess 77, an Arden, Monaco, things like that. The Transcontinental and the Sunbird fall kind of into the same realm as the improved varieties like Blackjack and all. They're a medium high as far as on the Bermuda awesomeness level, but the color is supposed to be fantastic in them, and they're a little more suited for a weekly style homeowner higher mow kind of deal. If you wanted to be cutting it 3 times a week, down at a ½ inch or so, you would probably want to look more, if you wanted a seeded variety, more into something like Monaco or Princess, Yukon, Arden 15, something like that. All right, but that should be a very suitable lawn for this guy if I can get it to come up. Again, it's very challenging to get warm season seed up a lot of times, and now threw the peat moss in there to kind of help it hold a little more moisture. So we'll keep an eye on this one and see what it does. It's not necessary to aerate when you're seeding Bermuda necessarily, because you'll get a little too deep. The rake draggy thing is kind of fine. You could rig up a tie and drag on like a piece of fence or something, things like that. You just want to kind of scar that ground up to get seed to soil contact. I got another Bermuda seeding video that I did last year on my yard. It was a little more detailed, same premise basically, but there you go, a little Bermuda seeding today. I gotta go mow some now. Switching gears totally. I'm gonna mow some fescue. Y'all be good. We'll see you in the next one.